For far too long, society has conditioned us to believe that life simply happens to us, that our reality is something we have little control over, and that our dreams are reserved only for the fortunate few. This belief has kept millions trapped in perpetual cycles of dissatisfaction and mediocrity. The idea that you cannot change your reality is not an inescapable truth. It is a carefully constructed narrative designed to keep you in place. In this video, we unravel the mechanisms behind that narrative and empower you to break free. You are not just a passive observer. You are an active participant in the creation of your life. Every thought you think, every word you speak, every emotion you feel serves as a blueprint, being etched into the fabric of your reality. Imagine for a moment that your life is like a continuously updating piece of art canvas that you are painting every single day. But here's the catch. The picture that emerges on the canvas depends entirely on the brushstrokes you choose to make. If you only use vague, undefined motions because you have not taken the time to know precisely what you want, you will only create an image as blurry and uncertain as your intent. Many of us wander through life without a clear direction. We are bombarded with countless planting methods, whether through television shows, social media, or even casual conversations that dictate what our relationships should look like, what success means, and what happiness feels like. However, when you constantly receive these random templates from the world around you, your subconscious mind absorbs them without question, thereby programming you to recreate exactly what you observe. It is as if every day you are sending out a vague mold to the universe, and in return, you receive results that are equally random and unfulfilling. Now, let's be clear. You are the one who determines which mold is sent forth. When you have a crystal clear idea of what you truly desire, you provide the universe with a precise blueprint. This is the first step toward manifesting your dream life. Think about it like this. Suppose you decide you want a dress made just for you. If you simply say, "I want a dress," without providing any details, the seamstress might create something that technically qualifies as a dress, but it is unlikely to align with your vision. On the other hand, if you clearly state that you desire a long, elegant, black dress designed for a special evening, the final creation will reflect that precise vision. The difference lies in the clarity of the instructions you send out. This simple analogy reveals an essential truth. The universe is incredibly responsive to the specifics of your intent. Vague desires yield vague results, while clear, focused intentions pave the way for extraordinary breakthroughs in every area of your life. The key is to recognize that everything around you is made of pure energy, molded by the interplay of thoughts, emotions, and intentions. Consider that every time you look at the world around you, you are witnessing the materialization of countless energy patterns. God, the great architect of the universe, has endowed each one of us with the innate ability to work hand in hand with this universal energy. We are not mere spectators in life, but co-creators with the divine, a realization that is both liberating and, at times, overwhelming. It means that every day, in every moment, you are either consciously sculpting your reality or unconsciously, allowing external programs and manipulations to dictate your life. The great irony is that many of us continue to follow the status quo simply because we have not taken the time to understand the fundamental workings of the universe, and, more importantly, to embrace the power that resides within us. Dig a little deeper, and you'll see that much of our everyday life is driven by repeated programming. From the moment we open our eyes until we close them at night, we are flooded with information, words, images, sounds, all intended to shape our beliefs, our perceptions, and ultimately, our reality. Television shows, news broadcasts, music, and even advertisements are all part of a system designed to implant specific ideas in our subconscious minds. These programs are not inherently harmful. They simply represent one version of reality that someone somewhere decided was worth broadcasting. The challenge for you, as a conscious creator, is to be selective about what you allow into your mental space. It is crucial to actively decide which molds you want to send out into the universe rather than passively accepting the ones that come from external sources. Let me stress this. If you continue to allow the daily influx of random, often negative or limiting programs to infiltrate your consciousness, you will continue to manifest a reality that is essentially a mirror of those very inputs. Now, think about your childhood. As a child, you weren't capable of discerning between what was beneficial and what was detrimental to your subconscious programming. Every image, every word, every experience was absorbed like a sponge. Without the necessary mental guard to filter out harmful content, children naturally internalize a wide range of programs, which later serve as the foundation for their beliefs about themselves and the world. This is why early programming, whether it comes from television, parental guidance, or cultural traditions, cinches itself into your subconscious mind and influences the decisions you make as an adult. Consider, for instance, the portrayal of relationships in soap operas and media. If you have grown up watching narratives laden with infidelity, conflict, or unrealistic portrayals of love, you might subconsciously start to believe that these are the standards by which relationships must be measured. When such images replay in your mind, they function as a constant template, directing your expectations and ultimately attracting relationships that conform to them. The truth is that the repetition of these images and ideas creates habits and programs that are automatically executed in your daily life, often without you even realizing it. So how do you break free from this endless cycle of programming and start creating your own reality? The answer lies in the power of conscious reprogramming. The transformation begins with awareness. You must first acknowledge that you have been receiving and assimilating programs from your environment, and that these programs may not align with your deepest desires. Once you become aware of this level of programming, you can begin to dismantle the old habits and beliefs that no longer serve you. This is not a simple task, and it requires a steadfast commitment to personal growth, but the rewards are immense. When you take the reins and begin to consciously design your reality, you open the door to extraordinary possibilities. Imagine the change this way. Each thought you have, each emotion you experience, is like a tiny piece of code running in the vast computer that is your mind. Over time, these pieces of code compile into the operating system that governs your behavior and shapes your life. If the code is outdated, filled with negative loops, and riddled with limiting beliefs, then the system that runs your life will produce the same old, unwanted results. However, if you consciously rewrite that code to replace fear with love, scarcity with abundance, and limitation with courage, you will witness a profound transformation. It is akin to upgrading your life's operating system to one that is aligned with all that you desire and deserve. One of the most practical and effective ways to begin rewriting this code is by developing a clear and focused vision of what you want your life to look like. Take a moment to close your eyes and imagine your ideal life in vivid detail. What would it feel like? What images come to mind? How would you act? And how would those around you respond to this new version of you? The clearer your vision, the more effectively you can communicate it to the universe. And remember, clarity is power. The moment you provide a well-defined template or mold for your reality, you are no longer leaving things to chance. You are intentionally setting the stage for a dramatic transformation. This clarity does not happen overnight. It requires introspection, self-reflection, and sometimes even challenging long-held beliefs about who you are and what you deserve. It is a process of peeling back the layers of accumulated programming to unveil the true, unadulterated essence of your desires. I invite you to take the time to ask yourself some fundamental questions. What do I truly want from life? What are the dreams that have been buried beneath the weight of societal expectations and external pressures? Once you answer these questions with honesty and conviction, you have taken the first step toward reclaiming your power as a creator of your own destiny. There is a profound simplicity in the act of reprogramming your mind, yet its effects are far-reaching. Every time you consciously choose a new thought pattern, a new behavior, or a new emotional response, you are effectively rewiring your brain at a fundamental level. Neuroscience tells us that our brains are incredibly plastic constantly, changing and adapting based on our experiences and repeated patterns of thought. This phenomenon, known as neuroplasticity, is the scientific backbone behind the transformational power of intent. By consciously directing your focus towards positive and empowering thoughts, you are not merely dreaming of change, you are catalyzing it on a neurological level. With each intentional shift, you are reconfiguring your brain's wiring to support the reality you desire, gradually replacing the old, limiting programs with new, expansive ones. Yet the challenge remains. While it is one thing to set a clear intention, it is another entirely to sustain that intention amidst a barrage of conflicting messages from the outside world. Everywhere you look, there are remnants of the old programming, fighting to hold you back. Social media, the news, even casual conversations with acquaintances can all serve as reminders of the limiting beliefs that have been ingrained in you over the years. To break free, you must develop a sense of discernment and ability to filter out the noise and focus on what truly matters. This takes practice, and it may require distancing yourself from sources of negative influence until you have built up the inner strength necessary to maintain your newfound clarity. The reward for this effort is nothing short of life-changing. When you align your daily actions and thoughts with the clear vision you have established, you no longer live on autopilot. Instead, each moment becomes a deliberate step towards manifesting your dreams. Another essential element in this journey is the replacement of old habits and addictions with healthier, more aligned patterns. Habits are powerful forces that govern our daily behaviors, and they often operate beneath a level of conscious thought. Consider how challenging it is to learn to drive a car when you first start. In those early days, each action requires intense concentration and deliberate effort. Yet over time, driving becomes second nature, a well-rehearsed program that your brain executes automatically. Similarly, negative habits and thought patterns, once ingrained through repetition, become automatic responses that can derail your progress. The key to breaking these cycles is not simply to try harder to avoid them, but to consciously substitute them with positive, empowering habits. Whether it is through daily meditation, journaling, or affirmations, the goal is to create new routines that serve your vision rather than undermine it. Let me emphasize this point. The freedom to manifest the life you desire is not reserved for a select few. It is, in fact, a birthright, a gift bestowed upon you by the very nature of the universe. God, or whatever higher power you choose to call upon, has given you the tools to shape your own destiny. You are not a victim of circumstance, but rather an architect with the ability to choose the materials of your life. This perspective is radically empowering because it places the responsibility and the power squarely in your hands. When you accept that you are a co-creator, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities that once seemed out of reach. Now, you might be thinking, I've heard all of this before. Why should I believe that something so simple can truly change my life? The answer lies in the consistent application of these principles. Transformation is not always about discovering some secret formula that reveals all the answers immediately. Rather, it is the everyday practice of making conscious choices that gradually overhauls the framework of your existence. Each time you pause to reassign your focus, each time you consciously reject the automatic negative programs in favor of a positive, Deliberate intention. You are reprogramming your subconscious mind. And remember, the subconscious mind is not capable of distinguishing between what is real and what is vividly imagined. This means that by repeatedly visualizing and experiencing the reality you desire, even if only in your mind's eye, you activate the same neural pathways as if you were living that reality in full. Over time, these pathways become the dominant channels, effectively rewriting the mental landscape that governs your behavior and decisions. It is also important. Recognize that the process of reprogramming your mind is not a one-time event. It is a continuous, evolving journey that requires persistence, patience, and self-compassion. There will be days when old habits resurface and the familiar voices of doubt creep in. In those moments, it is crucial to remember that setbacks are a natural part of any transformational process. They are not failures. They are simply temporary visitors on your path to greatness. Each challenge you encounter is an opportunity to reinforce your commitment, to remind yourself why you began this journey in the first place, and to rededicate yourself to the vision that you have so clearly defined. By viewing obstacles as stepping stones rather than roadblocks, you align yourself with the natural flow of growth and evolution. Consider the powerful analogy of a river. A river never stops flowing. It continuously adapts to the terrain it encounters, finding new pathways even when faced with obstacles. In the same way, your journey of self-transformation is about learning to flow with the currents of life rather than resisting them. When you choose to embrace change, to welcome each new experience as an integral part of your growth, you begin to see that every twist and turn is guiding you closer to the life you dream of. In essence, the process of manifesting your dream life is like learning to navigate a river with grace and purpose. You become the captain of your vessel, steering toward destinations that resonate with your deepest desires, rather than being carried aimlessly by the currents of external programming. One of the most effective tools for mastering this art of conscious creation is guided meditation. When you meditate, especially with a focused intention, you create a sacred space within your mind, a sanctuary where you can bypass the incessant chatter of everyday thoughts and connect with a deeper, more intuitive part of yourself. In this meditative state, you are no longer distracted by the external noise. Instead, you tap into the pure, unadulterated energy that is the source of all creativity. Regular practice of guided meditation not only quiets your mind, but also helps to steadily rewire your subconscious. It enables you to replace old limiting programs with new, empowering ones. In this way, meditation becomes both a shield against negative influences and a powerful catalyst for manifesting the reality you desire. Now is the moment to reflect. What kind of life do you truly want? Take a mental journey and envision the reality that you have always dreamt of, a life filled with abundance, joy, and meaningful connections. Visualize your surroundings, the relationships you cherish, and the experiences that bring you delight. Hold that image in your mind with unwavering determination. The clearer you can see your dream life, the more effectively you send a precise mold out into the universe, a mold that is tailored exactly to the reality you wish to create. It is through this unwavering clarity that you anchor your intentions in the fertile soil of the subconscious mind, allowing them to grow into enduring manifestations in your everyday life. It is also essential to recognize that every day you are presented with choices. These choices, while they may appear small and inconsequential on their own, add up over time to form the bigger picture of your destiny. When you decide to nurture positive thoughts, to consciously engage in behaviors that support your vision, you are literally altering the trajectory of your existence. Conversely, every moment spent passively absorbing the unchallenged programming of others is a moment lost, a moment when you allow yourself to be drawn into someone else's narrative. That is why this moment right now is so critical. The power to change your story resides in your awareness and in the choices you make, one after the other, day by day. As we conclude this exploration, I urge you to internalize this profound realization. You are the master programmer of your own mind. The universe is not a cold, indifferent entity, but a dynamic, energetic field that responds to the intentions and emotions you radiate. Whether you choose to operate on autopilot, presently accepting every random mold thrown your way, or consciously determine the designs of your life, is entirely up to you. The opportunities for transformation are as vast as the energy that permeates the cosmos. With each intentional thought, each deliberate action aligning with your true desires, you are taking control of the narrative that shapes your life. Now, imagine waking up every day with a deep sense of purpose, aware that every decision you make is a stepping stone toward the reality you desire. Picture a future where you are no longer confined by old patterns or manipulated by external programming. Instead, you consistently channel the abundant energy of the universe into creative, purposeful action. That future is not a distant fantasy. It is already taking shape within you, waiting to be fully realized. All it takes is the courage to reclaim the power that has always been yours and to consciously direct it towards manifesting the life of your dreams. I invite you now to join me in this radical shift in perspective, to become an active, empowered participant in the creation of your reality. Begin by questioning every piece of information you encounter daily. Ask yourself, is this serving my highest purpose? Am I allowing outdated programs to dictate how I feel or act? As you learn to discern and choose the inputs that resonate with your truest self, you gradually build an inner sanctuary of clarity and intention. Over time, this sanctuary will serve as the launchpad for every dream you dare to pursue. In closing, remember that the journey of transformation does not occur overnight. It is a continuous evolution of self. Every moment you spend nurturing a clear vision, every deliberate choice that aligns with that vision, adds up to a quantum leap in how you experience life. There will be challenges along the way, moments when the pull of old programming tries to drag you back into familiar patterns. But know this, each of those moments is an opportunity to affirm your commitment, to practice new responses, and to rise above the limitations of the past. Thank you for taking the time to absorb this powerful lesson. Know that by simply choosing to be aware of the programming around you, and by making a conscious effort to reprogram your mind, you are setting in motion a chain of events that can radically transform your life. You have the divine power to become the architect of your own destiny, to redefine what is possible, and to manifest a reality that reflects your deepest desires. So step into your role as a co-creator, embrace the responsibility, and let your unique, powerful vision shine through every thought, feeling, and action. If you're ready to stop being programmed by external forces and to break free from the confines of an autopilot existence, then step forward and claim the destiny that is rightfully yours. Now is your moment to harness the universal energy, rewire your subconscious, and actively design the life you have always dreamed of. Remember, clarity is power, intention is energy, and every conscious choice is a brick in the foundation of your new reality. Every time you reaffirm your desires, every time you consciously redirect your thoughts toward what you want instead of what you have been conditioned to accept, you are writing a new chapter in your life story. Enjoy this process of self-discovery and celebrate every small victory along the way. The journey may be challenging, but it is infinitely rewarding, and it is yours. Embrace it with open arms. As we wrap up today's message, let these words inspire you to take immediate action. Reclaim your power to program your destiny by focusing intently on the molds you want to send out to the universe. Shed the old, limiting templates that have been holding you back and replace them with a vivid, creative vision that fuels every cell of your being. Understand that you are not at the mercy of external programming. Rather, you are the master of your inner world, and through that mastery, you command the outer reality. Step into the light of your own potential and become the conscious creator you are always meant to be. Know that this is not just another motivational speech. It is an invitation to revolutionize the way you live, think, and experience the world. The universe is an endless expanse of possibility, and each day is an opportunity to build a reality that aligns with your deepest truths. So take a deep breath, stand tall, and begin crafting a future that reflects the beauty, wisdom, and power that reside within you. Thank you for joining me on this journey, a journey that transcends conventional thinking and invites you to challenge the very fabric of your existence. Embrace the possibility that every moment holds the potential for change. Every thought is a launchpad for creation, and every day is a chance to reprogram your mind to manifest the life of your dreams. The time is now. Stop being programmed by the old and start creating the future you deserve. Keep your vision sharp. Let your commitment be unwavering. And above all, trust in the process of transformation. The power to manifest your destiny lies within you, waiting to be awakened. Step into this power. Celebrate the miracles that unfold as you align with your true purpose. And watch as the universe responds with abundance, joy, and endless possibilities. Remember, you are not just living life, you are actively creating it. Choose your thoughts wisely. Act with deliberate intention, and every day, cast the perfect mold for a reality that mirrors your highest aspirations. Welcome to the first step of your new journey. Welcome to the era of conscious creation. Welcome to your destiny.